iPad DJ setup tutorial. I'm DJ Spiegel Spin, and in this video I'm going to show you guys exactly what you need to have the best iPad DJ setup. So whether you've been DJing with a laptop for a while and want to switch over to DJing with an iPad, or if you're brand new to DJing and you want to DJ with the iPad and you're wondering what equipment and what type of stuff do I need to have a great iPad DJ setup. So that's what this video is about. So there is a couple of things that are very important. I'm just going to talk about the setup in general. I'm not going to go into like what DJ booth or what tables and stuff like that together. I made separate videos on that. But what I'm going to start with is the most important thing if you plan on DJing with an iPad, and that is a good high quality USB-C adapter. So with the new iPads, there is only one place to plug stuff in, and that is the USB-C connection. The same thing with the new MacBook laptops is they have this connection, and then if you try to plug in a controller or try to plug in a mixer or anything into your iPad, you're going to find that most of these connections are going to be regular USB. So by having one of these, we could plug the USB-C into the iPad, and then there's so many different ones you could get. This one has 3 regular USBs and a HDMI port. I'll get to the HDMI part later. But the most important thing with these adapters is make sure it could charge your iPad, and make sure it could charge your iPad enough that you'll be charging more power than you're using while you DJ. Because while we're DJing, we're going to have the screen bright. We're going to have the screen on all the time. So you're going to have your iPad plugged in if you plan on DJing for an extended amount of time. So these are the most important. I'll leave links down below if I could find one that I would recommend. But that's what you're going to need. The first thing to get would be a high quality USB-C adapter. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a controller. Now, I say in a lot of my videos that the iPad is great to DJ on. You could DJ without a controller. You could do full gigs without a controller. And basically, the iPad is just one big touchscreen controller. And a lot of the new controllers are adding touchscreens and adding screens to them. So with the touchscreen capability, we could DJ so much better than you could DJ with just, let's say, just a laptop compared to just an iPad. But the thing is, with the iPads, Apple decided that as the new iPads and the new phones come out, they're going to take things away. So one of the things that they took away is the headphone jack. So when I first started DJing, I had like the iPad 2 or 3, and there was one connection to charge it or to plug something in, and then another connection to get the audio out. So you could have an audio cable coming directly from your iPad, and then you could have a controller plugged in to the charge port. But now there is, I don't know why, but there is no more headphone jacks. I think it's to make it them water resistant or to save space or something. But the thing is, we are moving to a wireless world, and there is no more headphone jacks. So if you want to DJ, of course, they do make the adapters where you could plug it into the USB-C, and then you could have a regular audio cable coming out, but then you can't use headphones. So you would need to have like 3 adapters. You would need this adapter, and then you would need one that you could plug headphones in, and then you would need one to split the output from the main output to the headphones. So you're going to be running up 2 to 3 adapters, which brings the reliability and quality down significantly. And if something happens, something gets unplugged, it's going to ruin your DJ set. When the iPads used to have the audio cable, you could just plug one adapter, which was the main output and headphone adapter, and you were good to go. So you're going to need a controller that has a built-in soundboard. And don't get scared with the controller word. Some of them are really affordable, and you don't need the most expensive controller to get started. This is the Newmark DJ to Touch, and if you look over here, you could plug the main output into here, and then you could plug your headphones into here, and then with our adapter, we could plug this USB into our iPad, and we could be DJing in like 10 seconds, all set up and ready to go. So if you're just starting out and you want to DJ with the iPad, I would highly recommend just getting this controller. And as you advance and as you get more, as you're willing to spend more while you on your DJing hobby or even career, then you could update to a bigger, more expensive controller, but then you could still keep this one as a backup. You could keep it to maybe keep in your car in case you're at a party and you want to DJ or something. So DJing with the iPad, you could do it with just the iPad if you want to practice, if you want to have fun. But if you're going to DJ in front of people, you're probably going to need a controller, and it could be as affordable as $89, or there's also Hercules controllers that are similar to the Newmark one, and you have a built-in sound card, so that gets rid of having all these adapters. Now, the next thing is going to be, how are you going to get the iPad to stand up? So with a laptop, you just open it up like a clamshell, and it stays open. You can adjust the screen however you want, and you don't need you could use a stand. It's a good idea to get it at the right level, but you don't technically need one. But with the iPad, you can't DJ with the iPad flat on the table. It's not going to work that way. So you're going to need a high quality iPad stand that could take a lot of abuse, because DJs are like rock stars. Like if you look at a rock star playing the guitar, they're not just like playing the guitar. You know, they're slamming on the guitar and really getting into it. And we do the same thing as DJs. We're going to be pressing buttons. We're going to be spinning stuff. We're going to be moving faders up and down. And the worst thing that happen is to knock off your iPad, have it hit the floor, and have the music all turn off and everything get unplugged. So there are so many different iPad stands out there, ranging from $1 to hundreds of dollars. So this is the Dollar Tree special. I think it's $1, or I think they raised their price to $1.25. But this is the cheapest stand you could get, and it basically just balances the iPad. If you touch it really hard, everything's gonna fall over. So I would not recommend going with a cheap one. Get something that really clips in the iPad and really holds it well, and is adjustable, and also will help get to the correct height, because you don't want to be slouching over while you're DJing. So that is one of the most important parts. I feel like sometimes it's overlooked, but you have to have your iPad standing up facing the right way. And if you're planning on getting a controller like the Reloop Buddy or other controllers that have the stands already built in, be aware that your iPad is not going to fit with a high quality case on it. So it fits perfectly if you have no case on your iPad. But I would never want to bring my really expensive iPad Pro to a party where people are drinking and partying with no case on it. To me, that just seems insane. So I would definitely recommend getting a stand, and don't rely on any built-in stands on the controller. And also that brings me to the next thing. Get a good case, because your iPad's gonna go through abuse. You're gonna have to bring it to every single gig. You're gonna have to have it out there, out in the open with all these people around, and something could go wrong. And if you go do a gig for $500 and someone breaks your $1,000 iPad, it's not really worth it. So get a good case that could survive a big fall. I have on this one is the this is the OtterBox Defender. And I have left this on top of the roof of my car, like when I was packing stuff up, and I drove off. And then when I got to where I was going, I realized, I left my iPad on top of the car. And I drove back, and my iPad was perfectly fine, because this thing is basically indestructible. And the good thing with what I brought up before is the cover turns into a really good stand. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 type thing. And then there's also cases where you could hold the iPad, like there's like a strap, so you could hold it in your hand, which is good for if you want to go in the crowd and DJ and interact with people while you're DJing. But that is really an add-on. That's really if you want to add that to your style. So that's about it. That is the difference between the laptop to the iPad with DJing. Let me know if you think I left anything out. Let me know if you agree, or ask me any question about DJing with the iPad and DJ Pro AI, and I try to get back to the questions as quickly as possible. Also, if you found value in this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for awesome DJ videos.